Welcome. This video is one in a series that outlines different interactions with the Art, Design, and Architecture Museum at UC Santa Barbara. The format for the series is a PechaKucha, which is 20 slides for 20 seconds each. Why? Because the process of determining how a work is installed requires thinking about how a viewer will perceive your work. It is thus a very important part of the creation of your artwork. This presentation is to inform artists of different methods used by the museum for installing art, and also to help artists understand the process of transferring artwork into an exhibition space. Who? This is directed towards students and any other artists exhibiting in one of the many gallery spaces in hopes to facilitate better works of art and a smooth transition between the artist, the installer, and everyone else involved in the exhibition process. Where? The Exhibitions Department of the UCSB Art, Design, and Architecture Museum is located to the south and west of the front entrance to the museum. It is responsible for designing, scheduling, budgeting, preparing, and installing all exhibitions in the museum. We are a resource for artists. Come to us with questions and/or advice on your exhibition ideas. This is a brief outline, and there are certainly other mediums and other installation techniques not covered in this video, but hopefully we can help you to think about how you would like to see your work in a museum, and to consider all the steps involved in that process. We will mainly be focusing on flat art, sculpture art, installation art, and video art. D-rings are metal D-shaped hooks. You fasten them onto the back of both sides of your artwork. After placing a screw in the wall, you rest the D-rings on this fastener. D-rings can support heavy work, but need to be attached at exactly the same height on both sides of your work. A wall cleat is made by taking wood, usually a 1x4, and cutting it the long way at a 45-degree angle. One side is secured onto the wall, while the other is secured onto the back of your work. When placed onto the wall, the wood attached to your artwork rests exactly on the other wood secured into the wall. For flat work, another option is plexiglass. The plexiglass and the backing mat board are cut to the same dimensions as your work, and your artwork is sandwiched in between them. The work is then hung on the wall with L-hooks. This keeps artwork flat and can avoid damage to sensitive work. Magnets are an easy option and are capable of holding up heavy artwork. After placing screws in the wall, you place the magnets directly on your artwork over top where you have just placed the screws. A warning that the magnets may leave an indentation on your artwork as they are very strong. Be sure to consider all aspects of your artwork when making decisions about how to exhibit it. Try testing out different ideas to see what looks best with your art. Make certain you like the presentation. Don't miss out on accidental success because you didn't experiment with how to exhibit your artwork. Pedestals are used as a base on which to place three-dimensional artwork. They can be any height, tall or short, but consider the surface dimensions of your piece when deciding the size of your pedestal. Art on a pedestal should be able to stand on its own and also needs to be secured down somehow to ensure it is safe and will not fall. Artwork can be suspended in air using many different materials, but the material that you choose needs to be strong enough to support your work. It can hang above you, at eye line, maybe lower. Experiment with different materials, from chains to fishing line, and you may come across a great idea. Sculpture pieces that are large enough may not need a pedestal beneath them and can be exhibited on the floor. However, floor work takes up space in all directions and must be planned for in the exhibition. You should talk to the exhibitions department about spacing and location prior to the exhibition. In general, get familiar with the layout of the exhibition space. Know the dimensions, where the power sources are, the lighting. Also, remember that we live in an earthquake zone, so you need to plan accordingly. Visit the exhibitions department to ask questions and to see what's on hand before building your own pedestal or plinth. Installation art is very particular to the space where it is exhibited. Be sure to contact the exhibitions department for details about the regulations of the space that you're exhibiting in. In general, you must leave the space the way that you found it. Keep in mind the weather, power sources, and interaction with passersby when thinking about the location of your piece. Exhibiting video is typically done with a projector or a monitor. It could be hanging from the ceiling, placed on a pedestal, mounted on the wall. When making decisions about sound and lighting in your video, please consider neighboring artwork, the environment of the exhibition, and the viewer experience. When finalizing for exhibition, a general suggestion for your video would be a .mov file with the standard pixel ratio of 16:9. Contact the exhibitions department about available monitors, projectors, and media players because in some cases, you may need to provide your own device. As part of the preparation for installing your artwork, you should get to know the exhibition space. Know where the power sources are, the floor dimensions, know the height if you have hanging work. You need to be rational about the exhibition of your piece. Understand what is possible in the space that you're working in. Your ideas of how you want your piece exhibited don't always translate into what you envisioned. It is essential that you test your installation before handing it in to the exhibitions department. Gather all the installation tools and install it in your own studio first. Make sure you like the look and that the method you are using is appropriate and functional. If you cannot be there to help install, it is your responsibility to provide not only your artwork, but a picture of how you would like it installed. Include instructions and materials for the exhibitions department so they can properly install your artwork. The exhibitions department prefers to have a meeting with you so they can be precise about how to handle your artwork. A well-executed exhibition involves proper planning and preparation. Give yourself enough time to experiment with different ideas, to find the installation materials, so you can have everything ready for the exhibitions department by the date that they need it. While it is your job to prepare your piece for installation, the exhibitions department is a resource. We are available to answer any questions you may have relating to the technicalities of exhibiting your artwork. Do your research and come ask questions. Most importantly, though, enjoy the journey and have fun. Notice in the description below, there are several helpful links. These websites are great for helping you investigate and design the installation of your artwork. Thank you to Mehmet, Todd, and Sam in the exhibitions department for providing the information for this video. To Mary McGuire and all the museum staff, thank you.